Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into an overlooked part of ancient mythology, the gods and goddesses who once held immense power but have since faded from popular memory. While many of us know the big names like Zeus, Osiris, and Odin, there were countless other deities who were worshipped just as passionately. These gods were central to the daily lives, rituals, and beliefs of ancient civilizations, but over time, they vanished from mainstream mythology. Join me as we uncover the fascinating stories of some of these forgotten deities and explore the roles they played in their respective cultures. Let's begin with Enki, a powerful and complex god from Mesopotamian mythology. Enki, also known as Ea, was the Sumerian god of wisdom, water, magic, and creation. Enki wasn't just another deity, he was one of the key figures in the Mesopotamian pantheon. According to Sumerian myths, Enki was responsible for bringing life to the barren earth through the waters of the Euphrates and Tigris rivers. His domain was called the Abzu, the vast underground reservoir of fresh water, which was seen as the source of all life. Enki was known for his cleverness, and he often outsmarted other gods with his wit and resourcefulness. He also acted as a protector of humanity, going against the wishes of other gods in several myths to help or save humans. For example, in the story of Atrahasis, Enki warned the hero of an impending flood and gave him instructions to build a boat, allowing him to survive. But as the Mesopotamian empires evolved, Enki's prominence declined, particularly with the rise of the Babylonian god Marduk. Today, Enki is largely forgotten outside of academic circles, but his influence on early civilization is undeniable. Moving across the Atlantic, we find Itzamna, one of the oldest and most revered gods in Mayan mythology. Itzamna was a multifaceted god associated with creation, knowledge, healing, and writing. The Maya believed that Itzamna taught humans the secrets of growing crops, using medicine, and developing hieroglyphic writing, making him a god of immense cultural importance. Often depicted as an elderly, wise figure, Itzamna was seen as a creator god who was both compassionate and powerful. He was believed to live in the sky and ruled over both day and night, representing the balance between light and dark. In some accounts, Itzamna was also associated with the earth and the underworld, embodying the cycles of life and death. But as Mayan society evolved, other gods like Chayak, the rain god, became more central to their religious practices, especially in regions where rain was scarce. While Itzamna is remembered in ancient Mayan art and glyphs, he doesn't hold the same recognition as the more famous deities of today. His story reminds us that even the most revered gods can be gradually overshadowed by others. Next, let's explore the powerful yet enigmatic figure of Neith, an ancient goddess of Egyptian mythology. Neith is one of the oldest deities in Egypt, with roots that likely trace back to the pre-dynastic period. Known as both a war goddess and a mother goddess, Neith was worshipped as the creator of the universe and the mother of all gods. In early Egyptian religion, she was a fierce protector, often depicted holding crossed arrows and a bow, symbolizing her role as a warrior goddess. But Neith was also linked to the Nile and fertility, embodying both nurturing and protective qualities. In some myths, she was said to have created Ra, the sun god, and even the world itself by weaving it into existence. Temples dedicated to Neith, especially in the city of Sais, were places of pilgrimage and reverence for centuries. However, as Egyptian religion evolved and deities like Osiris, Isis, and Horus rose in popularity, Neith's influence diminished. By the Greco-Roman period, her worship had largely faded. Today, she is overshadowed by more famous gods of Egypt, but her story highlights the duality often found in ancient goddesses, both fierce and nurturing, protective yet compassionate. Let's move to the mysterious lands of Celtic mythology and talk about Cernunnos, the horned god of nature, fertility, and animals. Cernunnos was an important deity among the ancient Celts, particularly in Gaul and Britain. Depicted with antlers like those of a stag, Cernunnos represented the wild, untamed forces of nature and the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. To the Celts, he embodied the essence of the forest, the animals, and the spirit of the hunt. Cernunnos was a god of prosperity and abundance, symbolizing the earth's power to provide. He is often shown surrounded by animals such as deer and snakes, emphasizing his role as the guardian of wildlife. Though revered in his time, Cernunnos's presence faded as the Roman Empire expanded and Christianity spread through Europe. Many of the old Celtic gods, including Cernunnos, were absorbed into folklore or reimagined as figures of local legend. Today he remains a mystical figure, often seen as a symbol of ancient nature worship, but his influence as a god has mostly been forgotten. So why do these forgotten gods matter? Each of these deities, Enki, Itzamna, Neith and Cernunnos, reveals something unique about the values, fears and hopes of the cultures that worship them. Enki reflects the Mesopotamians' respect for water and wisdom, embodying their understanding of survival and civilization. Itzamna symbolizes the Maya's reverence for knowledge, healing, and the cycles of life. Neith shows the Egyptians' complex relationship with creation, warfare, and fertility, while Cernunnos reflects the Celts' bond with nature, animals, and the wild spirit of the forest. These gods were integral to their societies, embodying beliefs that helped ancient people navigate their world. Yet as time passed and societies changed, these deities faded from memory. They remind us that mythology isn't just a collection of static stories, but an ever-evolving narrative that reflects human culture. Understanding these forgotten gods also adds depth to our knowledge of mythology and ancient spirituality. It's easy to focus on the most popular gods, the ones that have become symbols of their civilizations. But by learning about the gods who were once central but have now vanished from common memory, we gain a fuller picture of ancient life and spirituality. Mythology isn't just about the well-known figures, it's about the entire pantheon, the range of stories and the ways people connected to the divine. These forgotten deities were once revered and feared, celebrated and mourned, much like the gods we remember today. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the forgotten gods of ancient civilizations. If you enjoyed this deeper dive into mythology's hidden figures, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more stories from the past. Remember, every legend has a story, even those that history left behind. Until next time, keep exploring the mysteries of mythology and history.